Good afternoon, church. It's great to see you and come to you with this weekly update. We had a wonderful Sunday morning of worship, a great weekend, and we've got lots of great things planned for our church over the next month or so. So I hope that you'll be here, and I hope that you'll be a part of what God is doing at Fifth Street Baptist Church. Now, I want to ask you specifically this week to pray for many of our family and friends here in the Keys as well as around the state of Florida. I personally have 3 or 4 pastor friends that are in the hospital with COVID right now. I've got other family and family friends that are struggling with it. And so we're sort of entering another opportunity for us as a church to pray for people who are having some health struggles right now. So please join me in praying for them over the next few weeks as we deal with this current surge in cases. Now, when we think about COVID and what and the way that it impacts our life, sometimes we can be overwhelmed with fear. But did you know that God said in the Bible 58 times specifically, do not fear? God doesn't want us to live in fear. Instead, he wants us to put our trust in him. God intervened in the life of the Israelites and other believers many times in history during times when they feared. When God called the Israelites to go and to fight a people on his behalf, he often told them, do not fear, I'll be with you, I'm not going to forsake you. Even when God called people to take huge steps of faith and they were afraid to do that, he said, do not fear, I'll be with you and you can trust me. The fact of the matter is that we can trust God because God has never let us down and he never will let us down. He's worthy, 100% worthy of our trust in him. God is so trustworthy, in fact, that we can trust him even when we walk into the shadows of death. Even in those moments before we die, God is worthy of our trust, and we can even face death without fear. Now, there is something that I read often at funerals, and that's Psalm 23. Now, in Psalm 23, verse 4, this is what it says. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I fear no evil. I fear no evil. Why can we walk through the valley of the shadow of death and fear no evil? Because our God is with us. The text says, your rod and your staff, they comfort me. Why can we do that? Because we have a God who's always with us, who loves us, who demonstrated that love by sending Jesus to die on a cross for our sins. And now, church, we can walk through things like the uncertainty of a job, the uncertainty of a relationship, the uncertainty even of our health and our future, and we can trust God with that future because God is worthy of our trust. In Matthew, Jesus says we're far more valuable than any sparrow, and God showed us that by sending his son to die for us on the cross. And so I want to encourage you today, in the midst of what could be a dark time for us as we watch people struggle with COVID, with jobs, with uncertainty of the future, and instead of being afraid, let's put our faith and our trust in the Lord. Let's go to him in prayer and trust him with our future. I hope, church, that you'll find that this is encouraging to you. God bless you, and I look forward to seeing you again soon.